What was it this week? I can't remember.
Gordon's got no idea, but I thought of something.
Oh, okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, I'm in the deep end now. Hi, I'm Gordon.
Hi, I'm Darren.
And welcome to BackRoom Chats episode 4.
This is the podcast where we talk about gay shit.
Yep, gay stuff, gay sex, gay kink, basically everything gay.
Yes. What are we talking about this week?
Okay, so this week was my choice. We seem to alternate. That's all right. We're talking about your first piece of kink gear that you should, when you're ready to start buying something and when you're ready to sort of start investing in your kink. And we'll go through different levels of, what you should probably look at first, depending on the type of person you are, depending on what you're into, what to expect cost-wise. We can give you Australian cost. Overseas costs are going to be different, obviously, but yeah. So, yeah.
Yes, we are Australian, so...
Clearly.
So the reason why we started these podcasts and are actually talking about these topics are we just want to see people socialise more and be proud of who they are with their kink. Like, the whole thing about sitting at home on your phone is a little bit boring, and especially in these times, we all need human connection. So... we're here to help you feel more comfortable with that. But last week we were talking about what to do when you actually go to your first kink night, and we suggested the basic uniform that you can get away with anywhere is black shirt, just a t-shirt, some nice dark jeans, and some boots.
Yep.
So boots are probably one of the best things for leather to actually get into.
And they're relatively cheap depending on what you do. Boots can get very expensive very quickly, or you can pick up a reasonably cheap pair of boots, but you get what you pay for.
Yeah, exactly.
With everything we're about to talk about, you get what you pay for when it comes to cost versus quality. So just keep that in mind. Your best point of call for a pair of boots is just an old pair of army boots. A pair of black army boots. Ask your dad, ask your uncle who was in the army, see if they've got an old pair of black army boots that'll fit wearing that'll work. Give them a polish up and they're perfect.
In Australia, we have army disposal stores. That's another good place.
Yep.
Secondhand boots are the best. When you actually get into the scene, you will actually meet people who might like to donate and hand stuff down.
Yep.
That's always encouraged because it comes with some sort of history about that person's first time wearing that piece of gear.
Yep.
And sometimes it's been handed down to them as well.
Yeah, it could be handed down generation after generation. So that hand down piece of equipment, piece of gear is fantastic. So all right, so we've spoken briefly about boots, and as I said, boots can be as simple as a pair of ex-army boots. Army Disposal is a great place for that. If you want to go a little bit more expensive, Doc Martens always look really good. They are expensive. I think they're like $200 or $300 a pair here in Australia, so they're good, but they're expensive. But they're everyday boots as well that you can wear everywhere. And that's a good thing about boots. You can just wear them in your everyday attire. So they don't just have to be your kink outfit. It can be sort of your everyday use. So
exactly right.
While it's a lot of money up front, it also is something you can wear a lot more often than just once a month or once a week when you go out. So
yeah, exactly right. While we're talking about leather, another common piece of leather gear that people first get is a harness.
Yes. So harnesses come in multiple different styles, shapes, variations, materials. It's endless, pretty much. Your basic. For those watching it, for those listening on the audio podcast, I've got a L&D Bulldog harness. Hold it the right way up to the camera. There you go. That helps. This is probably one of our first harnesses we brought.
Yes.
I think I might have brought it for Darren, and then it ended up fitting me better, I think. From memory, is that this one?
I don't know. Is that mine or yours?
No, this one's my part of the cupboard. So this one is mine now. But I think I might have originally brought it for Darren, but it fitted me better, and we got Darren a better one, another one down the line.
So we hand stuff down to each other as well.
Yes, that helps. We're similar size, so we can do that, which helps. So like a good leather harness like this probably set you back a couple of $100. Yeah, I think this one was probably about $100 from memory. but it will last forever if you look after it. And we'll go into leather care at another episode, but like if you look after it and keep the leather conditioned and keep the clean conditioned, keep the stainless steel rings and buckles clean and not corroding. Make sure you clean it after use, and also put it away somewhere where it's going to hang nicely. It's not going to get screwed up or cracked or wet or moist or anything like that. So yeah, it will last forever basically. So
this one, if it's the one I remember, this was actually bought at an Easter weekend event. The club that we were at actually had a shop next to it, basically, that was open all night, and we got fitted there, and I tried it on. I was really drunk, and they're going, "Are you sure this is the type you want?" And I went, "Yeah."
That was one of our first nights out. First nights without realizing where we were. I'm pretty sure it was a aquarium type event.
Yes.
At Club 29, and
rest in peace, Club 29.
Rest in peace, Club 29 no longer exists. But we really didn't know what we were doing. But hey, I think I brought it for Darren in the end, and went, that's what we want, so let's buy it. And yeah.
In other words, it was a sex event.
So you got harnesses. Harnesses are probably, if you're not going to go down the line of a pair of boots straight away, a harness is probably something that you're going to get pretty quickly down the line. And you can go full out and get a nice leather harness. Recommend get it fitted by someone who knows what they're doing, because there's so many different styles and shapes and variations of harnesses.
And they sit differently.
They all sit differently. They all fit differently. They all fit different shapes of bodies. They all mean different things as well.
Yes, they also flatter different bodies as well.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Bulldog harness has become very, very popular on the gay scene because it sort of sits up above your chest.
Sits about here.
No, should sit higher.
About here, sorry.
No, higher. Yes,
okay,
above.
About here, sorry.
So it sort of pushes everything together and gives you a little bit of cleavage, basically. It's the gay man's wonder bra.
I don't want to wear it anymore. But if you don't want to go down the line of an expensive leather harness, a neoprene harness. And once again, for those listening, this is just a very, very basic neoprene harness that is inside out and back to front. And you can tell I don't ever wear this one. What's going on with that? There we go. Once again, it's actually a very similar design. It's still not right. There we go. Very similar design.
For those at home, Gordon is really struggling with trying to get this out the right way, and it was twisted and inside out, and
yeah. Anyway, so this is a neoprene harness. It actually came with, which we'll come to later, as part of a kit, and there is nothing wrong with a neoprene harness. People love them. They fit well. They suit a certain attire, and they just work, and they're cheap. Yeah. So that's a good thing about a neoprene harness.
So neoprene harnesses are very cheap, usually under $50, and that's Australian, which is really, really good. Good thing about neoprene is it does stretch quite a lot. It also absorbs sweat, so it's great for dancing. Harnesses are incredibly popular during dance parties now. Incredibly popular, and you get everything from the simple neoprene ones. There's even like just fabric strap ones for those that are more a fashion accessory. And then
you've got ones that got lights embedded in them.
Yep, you've got your rubber ones, which is perfect for rubber gear, obviously, and then your leather ones as well.
Yep, and once again, as I said, there's a lot of harnesses out there that have got LED lights embedded in them and stuff like that, which are great for the dance floor. So, yeah. So a harness is definitely something that you'll probably end up with very, very, very quickly, I would say, if not one of your first, probably before boots, but everyone's a bit different there. So,
and obviously, harnesses are great for sex, because that's what we're here to talk about as well.
Yep.
They give you something to hold on to.
Yes.
Or attach to, or... Yep. Yeah. Good all-round basic almost bondage gear.
Yeah, basically. Well, that's basically what it is. So,
Yes.
yeah. Highly recommend getting yourself a harness.
Yes.
It's, yeah. Boots, then harness, or harness and boots, either way. Boots and harness if you can afford it. Yeah. Biggest thing is don't go spending more money than you have.
Yeah, because you might not like it. As we often say, if you don't like it, don't do it. Don't spend a lot of money on something that you may not like.
Yes. The good thing is that if you do spend a lot of money on gear and you don't like it, you can generally resell it to somebody. You are going to lose some money, but you can generally resell it to somebody who will like it and love it and cherish it for life. So,
or even gift it.
Or gift it to somebody, yeah. So, what's next?
Next, I think, just to round out the uniform, you got your boots, you got your harness, and then you've got your jock strap.
Yep.
Now, jock straps come in very many shapes, sizes, and
Colours and materials.
Everything
styles
like that.
and shapes and you name it. You can get a jock strap in that style and shape and material and colour and variation of all of the above.
For those at home, a jock strap usually has a thicker waistband, usually some sort of name across the top.
Or around the whole band, depending on
the whole band.
Yep, depending on the one.
And has straps in the back, pouch in the front. Straps in the back means obviously your butt is out. So obviously be aware of that. Make sure everything's clean before you wear one of these. Or not if you're into that.
No judgment here.
No judgment at all. But yeah, jock straps obviously are becoming even more popular now because so many places have gay underwear parties. Yeah. So
jock straps have probably been popular forever. Like I can't think of a time that jock straps weren't part of our life. Like even pre going out to the kink scene, and you know, a jock strap was sort of one of those first things we brought.
And obviously jock straps are a fetish in themselves.
Yes.
So they come from sporting people.
Yep.
As you can tell, I'm not very sporty, but people like to feel like a jock.
A jock strap was originally designed to hold a cup in place for sports like baseball, cricket, stuff like that.
There you go.
And also,
Gordon knows more about sports.
And also just to hold yourself in place for other sports as well. So they are basically were originally a sporting attire, but I mean we've adopted them, and we we as in the gay community has adopted them. So yeah, I mean it's that one there is a pretty basic one. It's even got a zip in the front. You can work out what that's for. It is, what brand is that one?
Locker Gear.
Locker Gear. Okay, don't even know where we got that one from, but anyway, it was. I think between Darren and I, we've probably got about a dozen jock straps.
Yep.
I can see an episode coming.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, for the YouTube algorithm, the Facebook algorithm, we will not do a full podcast in a jock strap. It will not work.
And I
if
don't
you
know.
really want that, we'll talk about OnlyFans. We don't have OnlyFans.
But yeah, obviously with that sporting connection, you've got the sporting fetish. You've also got the scent or sniffing of jock straps as well is very popular.
Yep.
Because people like to do all sorts of things in jock straps and then either sniff them themselves or gift them to other people to sniff.
Yep.
Or sell them.
Sell them for money.
On OnlyFans.
Yep. So you've got your jock strap, you've got a cheap harness, you've got a pair of boots or a pair of decent runners, and you've pretty much got your attire for most events. If you rocked up to most events dressed like that, obviously you get dressed to that level when you get down or up or into the actual club itself, not walk into the street, down the street like that. If you want, I mean, it's up to you, depending on the street.
I mean, anything goes on Instagram these days,
Yeah,
but you know.
But you've pretty much got your attire set. So, you know, a pair of boots or a pair of runners, a jockstrap and a harness, and you're pretty well set for most nights.
So for nights involving rubber or pups, especially, that's more appropriate for your runners. So rubber and leather, as we've said before, doesn't really go together because of lube. So people often wear runners in their particular color. Same with pups. Pups are very much more into runners than boots.
Yeah.
Obviously there's the exceptions, and mainly that's because runners usually you can splash out with a bit of color.
Yep.
And colour's obviously important as well when you're thinking about your first gear.
Yep.
First gear, unless you're really sure about what kink you fall into and you really want to show off what kink you're into, best to go black. Otherwise, you know, if you have, a lot of guys will have one colour that they like to flag. You don't have to actually flag what you're flagging, if that makes sense. But flagging colours is an old thing from back in the day when we didn't have phones, things like that. And it's a system of showing colours, showing what kink you're into.
Once again, that's another episode.
It is another episode.
That's probably a pretty in-depth episode. We might need to get a PowerPoint.
Yes.
Just saying.
Just the basics are look up hanky code online. Just be aware that if you're wearing a particular colour, people will think you're into a particular thing.
They're going to assume straight away. So.
Yes. But just be aware and say, look, I'm not into that. I just like the colour.
It's just my colour. Yeah. I mean, that's the other thing. Particularly on like the pups and the rubber boys, they generally pick a colour that is just their colour. Like pup hoods, which we'll show you in a minute, come in all sorts of colours. Every colour under the rainbow, like just about, and
custom as well,
and custom as well, and different colour variations and different colour patterns and everything like that. And it all comes down to the type of pup you are and the colour you like. Really, I guess it's what it comes down to. So
yeah, so pups are more into just liking a colour, and that's their colour. That's the colour they identify with.
Yep.
Things like leather and the older sort of kink scene is more about colours actually representing a kink.
Yes.
That was final. Sounded like a grave just slamming shut there. That was our screen door, so no alarm. But yeah, as we were saying, we have pup hoods next. Obviously, if you're getting into pup gear, this is probably your basic.
That's a basic pup hood. Basic
Neoprene.
European pup hood. You talking or am I talking?
Hello.
Wow.
So pup hoods, pup is sort of a thing that we've only really recently gotten into.
We've always admired pups and always loved pups, but we don't have a pup.
We don't have a pup, but recently we have tried out being each other's pup, and it's quite fun. So.
Yeah, I don't mind it. So a pup hood is probably another piece that, especially some of the younger guys, I think, is probably more so. But anyone really, there's pups of all ages. Something that they're going to get into pretty quickly because there is so many pups out there in the world these days, which is fantastic. We love the pups, you know, like a low-cost pup hood. This pup hood, that harness, I think some like arm straps and a collar was like, we got a set each for about 60 or 70 bucks just before Christmas, and 60 or 70 bucks each, like each set. But it was, you know, like they're only low cost. It's only a very basic pup hood, but it's, you know, it gives you the headspace that you're looking for as a pup, as a pup. So
good thing about pupping is, especially when you're going out on the scene, is it sort of disguises your identity as well. So like, it's a good way to get into a pretty major kink without actually anyone knowing who you are. Like when we go out and see pups, I still don't know who some of them are.
Yeah, you get a pup comes up to you when they got the pup hood, and you can pretty much work out who it is straight away from, you know, the pup hood and stuff like that. And then they come to you later in the night without their pup hood, and they start talking to you. It's like, oh,
yes,
yeah. There's quite a few out there that, well, yeah, and sorry to those guys out there, yeah, the pups.
But yeah, pup hoods are very good. As we were saying before, there's a lot of different styles. You can get just the muzzle as well.
Yep.
With some straps around the back.
Yep.
You can even just get like
just the ears.
Just the ears attached to a cap or something like that.
Yep. Or you can go all out. There's plenty of very, very nice looking leather pup hoods out there.
There's a lot of nice rubber ones
There's
out
a lot of
there.
rubber ones out there. A lot of neoprene ones as well, which you start going up in price. But once again, once you work out what you like, you don't mind spending a bit more money on something. So yeah. So we'll go back to your basic outfit for the first night out. If you're looking at going down the pup line, pair of runners, a pup hood, a harness, and a jock strap. Colour match them all. You're set. Yep. The runners you're going to wear every day anyway. And most people have got runners that will suit. The pup hood and the harness you're not going to spend a huge amount of money on, and the jock is a bit of fun.
Yes.
So it all works.
And the jock strap can be an everyday thing.
Can be an everyday thing. So, I guess from there, at the moment we're talking about the low end budget stuff, and which is fantastic. It's good low barrier of entry into the scene. As soon as you start going down the lines of full rubber suits, which I let Darren talk about more because he knows more about them, or full leather, you start jumping up into the lots and lots and lots and lots of money. So,
and the good thing with any gear you get is a lot of it is mix and match.
Yeah.
And you can just get shorts or pants for starters, and then get tops. You don't have to get them both at the same time.
Yep.
So that makes it a little bit easier to get into as well.
Yeah. So leather pants get very expensive very quickly. So you've got full leather pants. You've got chaps. That's the word I was looking for. My mind just went completely blank for a second there.
So chaps, you have your ass out on.
Yeah. So chaps, chaps are basically were originally designed for horse riding. So you have a pair of jeans underneath. Your chaps over the top to protect your legs from hitting branches and sticks and cows and stuff. But obviously, once again, and the motorbike scene as well. Once again, they're there to protect your legs and your jeans from when you're riding motorbikes. But chaps for the gay scene have become sort of an arse out, crutch out. You wear a jock and a crutch, and your ass is hanging out, and there's not much holding your cock in place, and you look bloody good. So, and full leather pants, once again, originally designed for the biker scene, but have been adapted into our scene very, very quickly, and we love it. We've got leather pants, and I think they cost us $600 or $700 US each, from memory. We got them when we were in the US a couple of years back, and we spent an absolute fortune in that shop.
Yes.
But yeah. So the leather pants can get very expensive. There are cheaper options out there, but once again, the more you pay, the better the quality is going to be, and the better the fit's going to be. So yeah. So I guess the next thing that you're probably going to look at, depending on what you're into, is rubber, and I'm going to leave that up to Darren because he's definitely the rubber boy here.
The best thing to start off with rubber is a simple rubber underpants, basically, or shorts. They're usually fairly cheap. They're easy to get on and off. They feel good, and you can wear it with a harness on top. So,
yep.
Again, it's just something nice and simple to make you feel like you belong as part of the scene.
Yep.
So,
yeah. So if you want to go a little bit more than that, there's obviously full jumpsuit, full gimp suits. There's full your shirts. I'll let Darren talk about this because he knows more than me. I don't know why I'm trying to put input here. I have rubber. He brought it for me. Well, he told me what to buy, and I just picked the colour.
So rubber, you've got, as well as your rubber harnesses, which obviously are best worn with rubber. You've also got rubber cat suits, you've got your wrestling suits, you've got just your shorts, you've got your more like your wetsuit type style as well, which sort of cuts off mid-thigh and longer sleeves, things like that.
Yep.
All those sort of things, but by far the easiest obviously is just some rubber bottoms. and it really depends on how much you want to cover up.
Yep.
Rubber tops obviously are a bit harder to get into, especially if you're by yourself. Lots of lube. People who get into rubber for the first time usually do not use enough lube. You need to cover yourself and the garment in lube. Otherwise, you're going to struggle, you're going to pinch, it's going to have a lot of friction, and you're not going to get it on without tearing it. So
and you're not going to have a good night because it's going to be uncomfortable and itchy. And
the good thing is, the more lube you have on, the more comfortable it is all night, the more it moves with your body, and it doesn't pinch.
Yep.
So,
So I mean, a simple rubber shirt and pants would probably set you back, what, 200-300?
Can do, yep.
Yep. And then if you go to a full cat suit, what was yours? Yours was what, 300 or 400?
Mine was quite cheap because there was a good latex supplier called Kink Projects. They were really good when they started. I have heard that they've lost the plot a little bit, and I think that's mainly because they became really popular because they were affordable, and now they're really struggling with demand, I think. So that's the latest I've heard. They might have changed since then.
We haven't brought rubber for probably a couple of years now. So,
yes.
Because we've got it. Yeah. Once again, like once you've owned the piece, you don't need to go out and buy more pieces. You will, but you don't have to. So, yeah. I guess probably the life cycle of a piece of kink clothing. So, I mean, as we sort of hinted on it earlier, like you buy a piece, you buy something now, and you might outgrow it either in size, in shape, in style, in your interests. A lot of there's always kink markets that are on every now and then, and kink community groups that you can buy and sell stuff. So, like if you find the piece that it's been sitting in your wardrobe for 2 years and you haven't worn it and you don't think you're ever going to wear it again, and you are happy to pass it on to somebody else, sell it, get a little bit of money back, put it into your next piece of gear, or once, as Darren said earlier, hand it on to somebody who will appreciate it and
who is in your position.
Who's in your position 2-3 years ago. So yeah, so
exactly right.
Yeah, so like but a good pair of leather pants, a good leather shirt or jacket, it's going to last you a lifetime. Same with a good pair of boots. If you look after them, they're going to last you a lifetime. Probably your boots you're going to replace more often because they do wear out because you're walking on them. But your leather pants and your leather jackets and stuff like that, they're going to last you a lifetime if you look after them.
Yes.
So, and that's with all your gear. If you look after it, it'll last you a lifetime. So,
yep.
We'll do episodes later on individual leather care, rubber care, stuff like that. But yeah, that's a future episode.
Yes. I guess now it's time for Kink of the Week.
Kink of the Week.
It's time for the Kink of the Week.
What was it this week? I can't remember.
Gordon's got no idea, but I thought of something.
Oh, okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, I'm in the deep end now.
So, on my Instagram lately, I've seen a lot of very buff guys lifting up their armpits. So, let's talk about armpits.
I deleted the photo I took the other day of myself.
So, armpits are fetishizing a specific body part, obviously, and that's the smell, the look, the taste, the feel of armpits. Obviously, with guys, sweating releases pheromones, and they concentrate in your armpits, basically.
Because that's generally the first place you're going to start sweating.
So like a lot of the older clubs back in the day some had rules where you couldn't wear deodorant or perfumes or colognes,
They
things
still
like that.
recommend that these days, but it's...
So armpits can be involved in sex in lots of different ways. Probably if you're at the club and people are willing, they'll lift up their armpit and you can go bury your nose in it. It's probably the best.
Consent first.
Consent first, obviously.
Yes.
But burying your nose in an armpit, if you really like a person licking their armpit, especially after a gym or workout, things like that, that's another good way. And It's just a simple kink that you don't need any gear. It's just worshipping a certain part of the body, basically.
Yeah.
It's a quick one, but
yeah, that's all right. I haven't really got much to say on it. Like, I know Darren likes my armpits, especially after I've done a workout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, in this case, you've got 2 participants in the armpit. Usually, you've got the more dominant one who has the armpit that is being fetishized, and then the submissive one that is the one worshipping the armpit. So you've got your roles that can come into play there. But obviously there's some people who like to switch that as well. So you're not tied into being submissive just because you like to sniff armpits. If you've got a good armpit, people will want to sniff it as well. So you can sort of flip backwards and forwards.
Yep.
Or you can be versed like every single bottom on Grindr.
Apparently there's no tops in the world, there's also no bottoms in the world, and
Everyone's versed.
but then nobody does anything. I don't know.
Anyway, I think that wraps up another podcast. I
Yep.
think we've prattled on long enough.
Yep.
As always, if you have any questions, any comments, any suggestions, anything at all, let us know at our socials.
At backroomgear.store on all the socials. We are on Instagram, we are on TikTok, we are on Facebook, we are on YouTube, we are on X, we are on Blue Sky. I think that's all of them.
Yes.
We haven't got Snapchat because I don't know how to use Snapchat. But yeah, if you just want to say hello, reach out, say hello, got a comment, want to ask us a question. If you want to be involved in the podcast with a question, got a question to ask us and you want us to answer on a podcast, chuck it in there. We're creating shorts out of all these and people are loving them. So thank you for all those guys who are watching them. And also on the audio platforms, we're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Anywhere where you get your podcast,
Yeah,
basically.
at the moment we're only on Apple and Spotify. I'll get the rest happening soon.
Oh, okay.
I've been slack.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Everyone's the only people listening to them on Apple Podcasts. So sorry, Spotify. Cool. We're done.
We might want to finish it a little bit better than that.
Bye.
Gordon says bye. I say, as always, everyone, stay kinky.
Stay kinky, guys. See ya.
Ciao, ciao, bye.